This message is for Sagittarius. Sag. You have Courtney Love and you have Elizabeth Taylor. Right. Let's talk about the obvious. Okay. I see strippers. I see a musician. Right. I see this guitar. Right. So I see a musician. I see somebody crying. I want to talk about Little Bo Peep. Right. I want to talk about Aries. Right. I want to talk about a date. Right. A date. I want to talk about diamonds. And I want to talk about potential marriage. Sag, right? If you're not going through these things, right? If you're single, we're going to talk about you too. Okay, we're going to see what's going on, right? But let's read Courtney Love, okay? If rock stars are like leaders of a religious cult, be like the unvirgin Mary, right? Be more than human, be a force of nature. Be ambitious. It doesn't matter if you don't know where you're going, right? Elizabeth Taylor. Don't run so fast that you can't be caught. You could be a big friend. You could be a big fan of marriage. Just be an even bigger fan of diamonds. True friends last longer than marriage, however many times you marry. Right, Sagittarius. Somebody's a force of nature. Right. Somebody doesn't know it yet. Right. Somebody does not know their I feel like somebody does know themselves. I was about to say that somebody doesn't know their true self, their power, right? But I feel like they do, right? And I see they need to use it to their advantage, right? I'm looking at this Elizabeth Taylor, right? And she's on the door, she's outside the door, right? And this guy is just looking at her, right? So I see somebody's catching your attention, Sagittarius. I see you caught this person's attention, right? Somebody's intrigued by you, Sag. Right, it's saying don't run so fast that you can't be caught. Right, I kind of see somebody that's playing hard to get, Sag. I see in extreme cases, I see somebody that could be into sex work. Right, I see a prostitute, and I see this prostitute on a date in a motel or in a hotel, and it's John, this trick, basically want to marry you if you're this prostitute. Right, flipping the script. You may want to marry this prostitute if we're talking about prostitutes, Sag, right? But be a force of nature, right? I see somebody's ambitious, and I feel like this is what people like about you, Sag, right? With this whole marriage thing, you could be a big fan of marriage, just be an even bigger fan of diamonds. I see someone is more into the materialistic things, I want to say. Right, true friends last longer than marriage, however many times you marry. I want to say keep things casual, right? Somebody likes to keep things casual as far as like relationships, right? With this whole Courtney Love thing, I sense somebody's into drugs, Sag, right? Somebody's into drugs and also into hard sex, Sag. I'm not sure if this is you or someone that you'll be dealing with, but I see somebody's on a date. Right. If I'm talking to a single Sag, just know that you're a force of nature. Okay?